And then the other is to take ownership of my own spirit, how I feel, my mood, my attitude, my mindset is up to me. And those are two basic approaches to life, and everyone can make that choice and take the ownership mindset.
This is how we get people pumped up. Welcome to episode number 14 of the Not So Serious Life. I am Jason Goldberg. That is Steve Chandler. And we're super excited to be back with you guys. Steve, what are you drinking?
Well, I'm just drinking a little bulletproof coffee so I can keep up with you.
Are you really drinking bulletproof coffee?
Absolutely.
I've heard really good things about that. That's like the coconut oil and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Brian
Butter,
Johnson's big into that.
coconut oil, special coffee. Keeps you way out ahead of your younger colleagues.
You don't need that, Steve. You are naturally bulletproof.
Well, I am kind of on the edge, I agree.
You are. You're on the edge of a lot of things. So here's what I've done, Steve. As of today, because I know the only reason people watch this show is for one main thing. They want to know, when is Kellogg's finally going to get off their butt and sponsor us? And I figured it out, Steve. I'm really good at marketing. Did you know that? Like, I'm an idea guy.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm willing to believe it.
Okay, thank you. So I realized the problem is that we're doing stuff like this. Oh, hey, Steve, pick which box.
Oh.
Here's the problem. All right.
Wow.
We need to show them how serious we are.
Larger product.
Larger product.
Larger demo of the product. We'll get a sponsorship now. I think we're home free.
If this doesn't work, I don't know what else to do. So Steve, with that, I'm going to go ahead and just open this one for our question today.
Absolutely.
And you know, I don't know how good these would be without milk, so I'm not going to eat them because I don't want to have a dry mouth while I'm answering questions. So I'm just going to pull the question out.
All right.
Frosted Mini Wheats from Kellogg's. They're good. Oh, wait, wrong one. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, so this question is from Robert. And Robert asks, how can I avoid acting like a victim when a situation doesn't go my way? How can I avoid acting like a victim when a situation doesn't go my way? So for anybody who's not familiar, because this guy, Robert, is familiar with your owner-victim distinction, do you want to give just a real quick overview of the two differences there, Steve?
Well, yeah, there are two basic mindsets that we encounter with other people and ourselves. And one is to be a victim of circumstance and always be at the effect of things that are happening and how people are treating me. We know people like that. We can hear the way they speak. They're always complaining. And then the other is to take ownership of my own spirit, how I feel, my mood, my attitude, my mindset is up to me. And those are two basic approaches to life, and everyone can make that choice and take the ownership mindset. So the question is right here is, how do I avoid being like a victim, feeling, thinking, talking like a victim? And the answer is, it just takes a little practice. It doesn't take a brain transplant. It doesn't take 10 years of therapy or a spiritual revelation, although in a way that's it. Mm-hmm. It just takes a little bit of practice. So I want to step back and breathe when something happens before I label it as devastating or terrible or bad. And I want to say, what's good about this? Where's the gift in this? You know, Jonathan Kaiser, the visionary businessman who is so wonderful. He's all over the internet, and the word about him is great. And I write about him in an upcoming book. Jonathan Kaiser gave his company a 30-day challenge where everybody is to see the gift in everything.
Wow.
See the gift in everything. And if you do that for yourself, brainstorm with yourself or another person and say, what's the gift in this? You will not have a victim mindset anymore.
I love that. So yeah, so that's the thing I love the most about the owner-victim distinction is that it's not a personality. You're not an owner or a victim. You think or act in a certain moment, given a certain situation, as an owner or a victim. So again, that's why I love this question from Robert, who's also in the Netherlands, because our reach is worldwide thanks to the interwebs. And I think exactly what you said. It's, you know, one of the things you've taught me also, Steve, is about running game film. And so I think another way to avoid being a victim if a situation doesn't turn out exactly as you had hoped is to look back and see, how was I an owner? Right? There's some place everywhere, if you're really aware of it, where you were an owner. And the coolest thing is, and this has been one of the biggest lessons for me, Steve, you know my story, and for those who don't, I came up with a victim mentality, and so victim was kind of my default. And what I realize now is that I can be an owner in my victimness, right? I know this is like going to make your brain explode.
Wow.
This is getting real serious.
This is David Blaine you've been talking about.
I'm levitating. This is when I have a moment where I maybe slide into victim thinking, I can own the fact that, hey, in that moment, I am owning the fact that I responded as a victim. I don't have to beat myself up. I don't have to judge myself. I don't have to do any of that. This happened to me recently where, I feel like a hypocrite saying it. I got kind of mad at somebody at the airport because in the Southwest line, they were cutting in line and I felt like disrespected, right? And so I acted like a victim. And then as soon as it happened, my next inclination was to say, oh, I can't believe you did that, and to start beating myself up for it. But then I realized there was a gift there. There was a gift that I recognize again, that even someone like me who does this work all the time is still a human. And I may slide back and make a victim decision. So it's great to know moment by moment that you can always go back and forth. And even if a situation doesn't turn out ideally for you, there's, like you said, you can find the gift, you can see where you were an owner, or see where you may have made a different choice to be an owner if that situation comes around again. So that would be my advice.
I love your example, because the moment you see it, the moment you notice it, you're not it. If you can see that you're having a negative train of thought, if you can see a train pulling out of the station, if you can see that train, you're not on that train. And if you can see your victim thinking, you're no longer a victim if you're seeing it.
Absolutely. We are the thinker of our thoughts. And Kellogg's will soon be the sponsor of our show.
And of our thoughts.
So I want to keep this in the frame as we close. Guys, we love you. Thank you so much for all of your support and love and sharing this with your friends and your following and keeping us alive and sending us your questions to questions@thenotsoseriouslife.com. Don't forget to go to our website, thenotsoseriouslife.com, and sign up for our inner circle so you can get extra gifts and goodies. And we will see you next time. Later.
Bass.